Yeah, keep it right there. Anytime you're ready.
Oh, my goodness. Hello, Mets fans. Are you out there?
I am.
Hello? Hello? Is the caller there?
Can you
Hello,
hear me?
David.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm going to see if I can adjust your audio up just a skosh higher, because you appear to be in a closet again of some kind.
I'm hiding.
Do you have any? Can you mic up a little bit? Can you get a little closer to your microphone, or are we? Oh, that's even better, because then we get to see the moneymaker right there. Oh yeah, looking good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and good afternoon to post game whatever talk with Colin and David. Well, it's the National League Championship Series, a series of ups and downs, no matter which team you've been rooting for, and somewhat, I would be fair to say, unexpectedly, we have a Game 6 coming up here in Los Angeles on Sunday. Thanks to the Mets trouncing of your Los Angeles Dodgers today. And Gris, as a longtime Mets fan, this must be making you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad because of the game. Life guy, when I saw that Pete hit that phone as an alert, and I was like, I didn't want to ruin it, and I'm watching. Help the team.
Gris, I think we're having some trouble with your audio and video.
Oh no!
Can you? I know it's a little dodgy. Do you have a strong signal? Let's make sure you're strongly connected to the. All right, I'll tell you what. Come back. All right, beam back in, will you? All right, we're gonna see what happens when David beams back in, because he was definitely patchy, and I want to hear every bit of his Mets magic, because it was. Meanwhile, we do have comments coming up already from Dawn. Thank you, Dawn, for watching. We watched the agonizing death of Flaherty on the mound. Ooh, he just did not have it today. Followed by another slow, bloody death of Honeywell. Now, Honeywell, look, this kid, he's out there throwing his little heart out. He's doing his best. The runs were there. This loss didn't have to be on to LA. Well, listen, Dawn, you're not wrong about any of that. Okay? I'm not going to say that you're wrong about any of that. I do think that definitely your Dodgers could have done a better job right from the very beginning. When you had runners on second and third, nobody out in the first inning, and it looked like, oh, let's go. Let's go. But the Dodgers' inability to get any of those runners, home to score a run really was unfortunate. And then they let the Mets get off the deck with the Pete Alonso homer, and then boom, and I do feel kind of like I think I'm picking up on what you're saying. I do think there was some time in the beginning part of the game where, again, I know Dave Roberts has to stretch it all out over whatever the length is of the playoffs system here, but I think he may be making the playoffs longer than they need to be, because he's he doesn't aggressively move to shut things down, and then when the Dodgers are behind, he puts in the pitchers who just help the Dodgers be more behind. They don't do that great a job. So let's see. I don't know. Don't you think if Roberts had a bullpen game today, it would be over? It's tough to say. It's tough to say. Would you like to have given Flaherty a little more rest? I mean, I don't know if you saw the numbers on his fastball. He was definitely under speed today by about 2 miles an hour. So I don't know if that's arm fatigue or what's going on. Maybe the extra day would have helped rebuild his strength just a little bit more. Couldn't have been bad, certainly. Let's see if we now can be joined once again by TV's David Greenspan. David, are you there?
I think I'm here.
Well, it sounds better this time, I can tell you that much.
All right, that's good.
All right, so now you were telling me we were talking about, as always, Dave Roberts and his bullpen management, which, again, befuddles the average viewer because they think, oh, these games are close if they just put in better relievers, not their kind of garbage time relievers. When the Dodgers got it 10-6, that's a game that you should be competing for very strongly, but he left Honeywell out there to continue to absorb punishment. And I understand that the bullpen is taxed, but I just think the taxing is exacerbated by the amount of times, he gives up on games that are potentially winnable.
But even your next game is a bullpen game. It's like you need the whole staff, right? Is that right?
I guess, but this is part of managing for games that may or may not exist at the expense of games that definitely do exist. Now, this was his problem last year with Arizona, where he was holding a starter back for game 4, but in the meantime, Lance Lynn was out there giving up 17 consecutive home runs in game 3.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
what do if there's you're not guaranteed success in a game 6, especially with Manaea coming back. Manaea, you say Manaea, I say Manaea.
I think it's Manaea.
Yeah, especially with someone who kind of is in the same mold as pitchers that have given the Dodgers real fits this postseason. Your Yu Darvish types, your really kind of spinny off-speed pitchers who, frankly, the team has a hard time adjusting to. So I wish he'd been a little more aggressive on getting to the bullpen a little earlier today and trying to win this game, so that he could then have a long break. Because remember, if you win this game, you have won the National League Championship Series.
It's true. I don't know, but like 10-6, you can't expect a team to score 10 runs every game, but I guess you can expect the Dodgers to. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends again too on who you're playing against and what their bullpen status is and how much do you believe in your offense. Because I think in the last however many games of this series, they've definitely shown the ability to score in bunches. And as we've talked about a couple times in this series, the more you see the bullpen, the better you should be against them. You should have a better idea of where they're attacking and how they're trying to get you out. But it just seemed like early in the game there was a kind of a failure on Dave's part to react quickly enough to what was happening with Flaherty, who obviously just did not have it today. And then in the later game, when Pages hit a second homer, Betts hit a homer, they were getting close-ish. 10-6 in the 6th inning is not unreasonable.
Yeah,
for this team. So I don't know why that wasn't okay. Now let's get a stronger reliever up in there.
I'm with you on the first one. I feel like if you see your starter doesn't have it, you gotta change gears right away and get aggressive. Right. I'm not deep in the game like that, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's hard when you're down multiple runs to bring in your best relievers when you know you might need them to just close out 2 more games in LA. I was going to ask you the flip side, like
Yeah.
when I like Edwin Diaz going in, like was that the
Yeah.
smartest idea?
Yeah, I didn't understand that either too. I mean, but they went to him for 2 innings, which
I,
seems like a bad idea before like they do still have to win 2 more games.
they have a day off,
So,
but Diaz gets taxed pretty easily. Like if you yeah, I don't know. Like
oh,
Diaz on total rest versus Diaz 2 days in a row is a totally different thing. And I guess it doesn't really matter. Like you got to win this game. I guess he was Mendoza was playing like you wanted Roberts to play.
right. Quick note from the East Coast. Sister Alana Campbell checks in with, well, there's a reason I said we'd win it in 6, which would be nice because they could win theoretically if they are able to win Game 6, win at Dodger Stadium at home, which they have
Well, if
not
you win
done.
Game 6 or 7, they're going to do
Or
it.
7. There's the only way for them to win now is to win it at home. Just saying a quick hi. Working early tomorrow. Must sleep now. Please get some rest. We all encourage rest on this show as a important part of your well-balanced, work-balanced life. Another note from Amy, who chimes in, Dave, I am happy for you. Well,
I like to hear that from a Philly fan. See?
Exactly. This is the show where the Med fan and the Philly fan can come together with respect and love. Thank you, Amy.
I appreciate that.
Very kind. Now, how much of the game did you get to see today?
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing. Okay. Well, you missed a good game. What? You're busy at work, busy doing stuff?
I was busy at work, busy taking care of kids. Like life got in the way, and I also am a bit superstitious. So when I got the first alert that Pete had hit the home run, I was like, maybe I should not tune in. This is like I tried the tuning in thing the day before and it didn't work. So,
well, no, I think you did the right thing, certainly because the results were there. So I look forward to you not watching Game 6 as well. It was again, these games are going a little bit longer than regular season games, as you might imagine. But and especially with all of the scoring, they felt longer than regular season games. But yeah, it was just an out of sorts day. I think once the Dodgers didn't score in the first inning after a golden opportunity, second and third no outs, get somebody home. At that point, with your 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. And that does bring us to another kind of difficult point we got to raise. I know he's a gamer and I know he's gutsy, but Freddie Freeman's got to sit down. It's not,
yeah.
He just does not look good on the field. There was a line drive that went for a triple that got by him. I don't know.
I saw he didn't make a move on that. On Lindor.
Yeah, he tried. He pushed off, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
He just kind of fell to the ground reaching for it. So,
yeah.
And bless him. Look, nobody questions this guy's guts or commitment, but I question, is he the right person to be playing that position right now to get the Dodgers to the World Series? And I think, unfortunately, on the basis of the answers, the answer has to be no, unfortunately. But we shall see.
I was thinking about Nimmo the other day.
Right? Like, is he giving the Mets the best chance, hobbling around out there?
The managers are like, I talked to him. They're like, they want to play. That's great. Like, well,
exactly.
There's also another factor here.
Yes.
Is he the right man for the job right now?
Exactly. You're the one in charge, sir.
Yeah.
You're the one in charge.
I like that they're gritty, but come on.
Exactly. Amy says, we don't hold grudges, do the NL East proud. Well, I think the Mets are doing the NL East proud, certainly. Certainly. True.
I mean, I don't know. Like, and I want to ask you, Colin, as a Dodger fan, in your heart of hearts, how concerned are you? Or do you feel good having 2 games? Like,
no.
You're going to take one of them.
No, I think, and we have some other comments coming in on Instagram I want to get to in just a sec. I think that, this is how I saw it kind of going in the worst way. Lose Game 5, right? Get blown out a little bit. Get the Mets back into their believing miracle Mets, magical Mets, thing. Okay, that's fine. At least tomorrow it'll cool off a little bit, maybe. But if they still think that they got it, and then again, momentum only as good as your next day's starting pitcher. They have, I think, the much better starting pitching lined up for Game 6, right? And if the Dodgers
for
are
Game
unable,
6, yes, but I
yes.
don't know about Game 7.
Well, let's say, but that is the problem there, because if you do have a Game 6 and you lose that, now it's Game 7. Now anything can happen, right? And now you've blown 2 good opportunities to finish out the series, and at that point, why not? Why not complete the choke? The Dodgers came back 3-1 down to the Braves in their World Series year. The Dodgers, teams come back from 3-1 a lot of the time. And especially with the Mets pitching, starting pitching being so superior for the rest of the way. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But am I comfortable? No, not at all.
I wouldn't say the Mets starting pitching is far superior the rest of the way. I would say Manaea probably has the edge in Game 6, but after that, Yamamoto looked good.
Yeah, but he can't pitch again in this series.
He can't pitch on the 7th game?
I don't think so. Wouldn't it be Walker Buehler?
Is that right?
Yeah, Yamamoto just pitched in New York.
Oh, okay.
Right?
With the days, I don't know.
No, the problem with him coming on short rest, of course, is he's still recovering from arm injury.
Right.
You don't want to mess up your $300 million investment or whatever they spent for him. From Instagram, my old pal Devick Schreiner has joined. Thank you, Devick, for joining in, and an old school baseball buddy from way back in the day. He says, Colin, I always knew you'd be good at this. Well, thank you. That's nice. Keep up the good works and go San Francisco Giants. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. But his advice is stay with Freddie. He will be clutch. Listen, the man is clutch. He's super clutch. He's also super hurt. And, if he's just going to be flailing, he did not take good at bats today. He did not look like he was able to deliver anything even close to normal Freddie production, which is, line drives the other way, or, balls down the lines, or, power, any kind of power. We're lucky to get a single out of him. And if he costs the team runs on defense also, it's not good. I love the guy.
Doesn't Max Muncy play a mean first base?
Max plays first. Yeah. Kike has played first. Let's see. Why did Banda come in when the game was over? Does that make sense? It makes sense only in that it was a very limited appearance, and Dave probably wanted to just get him a little tune-up. Just make sure he was still into it. On my other chat, they were saying that both Phillips and Trinan were complete no-goes for today. Just because of their usage over the last couple of games or whatever. So Dave, we're experiencing a blackout. What happened?
Sorry, I've just got a text from a Mets fan saying, Plaschke, done deal. Dodgers are locked to finish off the Mets and advance to the World Series.
All right. Well, we shall see.
I think he was saying that that's a jinx kind of article, but who knows?
Yeah. That. Yeah. Amy was talking about that too. The Plaschke article today. Yeah. It was not. Yeah. Plaschke cursed LA. I agree, Amy. Absolutely. And Dawn confirming Buehler is confirmed
scheduled for 7. Yeah.
For Game 7. Yep. So Buehler will give you a game, but you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get.
Say the same thing about the Game 7 starter for the Mets, Severino.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say this about Peterson, because you said he let people on in the first inning. They didn't score. That's his MO.
Right.
He has tons of base runners and has a great ERA anyway this year for somehow skipping out of traffic. So he's a lefty. I think it's good for the Mets to throw lefties against the Dodgers.
Absolutely. He is the worst comment here from Amy. I'm 99% sure is replying to the Plaschke cursed LA. He doesn't think that Buehler is the worst.
Yeah,
Buehler is okay. But yeah, no. In terms of feeling good about the potential, we went to New York and took 2 out of 3. That's the bright side. It's great that they did that. Much rather take 2 out of 3 than lose 2 out of 3. But it's still anyone's series. I don't think as much as people were ready to, like Plaschke, were ready to pack this one away after Game 4. That's why we play the games. It's a 7-game series, and as I had maintained, I think if you go back to our Game 1 or Game 2 post-game shows, the longer the series goes, the worse it is for the Dodgers. It's they don't have the pitching to stay up with it. Now, I did get, and I hope it's okay to share this. Amy did say in a separate message that the Dodger fans appear to be soft. They just can't take it when their superior team fails in one game or when anyone criticizes the team without hearing, but we have no pitching or we've had so many injuries. I know Dodger fans can be a little bit of a crybaby.
Well, I think you're going on the fact that there's been a lot of playoff disappointment because it's usually Dodgers are coming into the playoffs with one of the best records in baseball.
Right.
And so it's like you're snake bitten by that. I don't think they're soft. They're just like Mets fans. We're used to tragedy, and the Dodgers are used to like excellence, but not quite finishing the job.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, if it's going to come down to the Ryan Braziers of the world, so be it. I mean, we don't have Clayton Kershaw. Tyler Glasnow isn't walking through that door. Neither is Tony Gonsolin or Dustin May or I could just keep going on and on. But
there's
Joe Kelly or
I
mean anybody who's contributed over the last couple of years, they're out because of why is a topic for a different podcast or a different video cast. Definitely the arm injury rash in baseball right now is threatening to make the game even more random than it kind of currently is. If you can, if you know that sometime you're going to lose your best pitchers for 18 months over and over and over again, it makes it difficult to.
Did you see what Amy just posted, which is really
let's see
the last 2 games.
Worst predictor. Oh, this is again about Plaschke. Worst predictor gets all.
No, not that. Above that.
Oh, sorry. Well, let me look. Show. Oh no.
You don't think he's pitching?
No.
Game 7 on the line?
No. That's a hard no.
Because of medical reasons?
Yeah, I mean you just can't do it. It would be very, very bad. Very bad. Very bad. Let's go back to Plaschke for a second. He is the worst predictor, gets all prognostications wrong. When he said the Eagles would lose the Super Bowl to New England, I knew we'd win. Well, yeah, he is kind of the anti-predictor, I suppose. It will not happen, but he is healthy. Well, throwing long toss in the outfield before a game and pitching to major league hitters are two different kettle of fish. And I would definitely, I know Ohtani's game for just about anything, but I would hope cooler heads would prevail and prevent him from, doing anything. I'm sure he'd be up for it, just like Freddie wants to be playing. But somebody has to be the adult and say, no, thank you. You're doing great. Maybe we can pinch hit you in a key situation late if we need a single.
Right.
Or whatever. Or Shohei, no, we, gave you $700 million and we don't want to screw up your arm again. Excuse me. So it's just one of the things of modern baseball when the investments are so great in the players, you can't afford to damage the merchandise. Even if, the goal is not to win one World Series. The goal is to win multiple World Series over the course of that contract, and keeping him healthy is the best way to ensure that.
Which is, yeah. I just want to say something that
Please.
I feel like I want to give credit. I didn't see the game, but I feel like I heard a couple of stories about Starling Marte taking Francisco Alvarez aside.
Oh, really?
Hey, man, don't worry about it. Play your game. He went to the young guy, and Alvarez, who's basically taught himself English over the last 2 years, did a whole press conference in English and said, it meant so much to me to know that guy really loves me, and he's started playing better. And I also think the reason the Mets won this game after getting absolutely destroyed in the last 2 games is the ethos, the leadership, the vibes that Francisco Lindor puts out.
Yeah.
I feel like he wouldn't let these guys get down and just let it all go. They fought, and I didn't watch the game, but I just know in that clubhouse that he's the guy. He's the reason they won that game.
Yeah. No, it really was, very, very easy to get down and all the way out, but they did not. And they bounced back strong today. So a great game for your Mets. Sunday, we will see what happens.
We get more baseball.
Let's see. More yeah, exactly. Let's see. You are right, Dave. He deserves props. Leadership from Lindor, excellent. Truth. And I believe this is about Shohei. He's a pro. Put him out there. No. You put him out there. No. That's a terrible idea, and I love you. But yeah, so now you were lucky enough to attend game 2 of this series. And were a bit of a lucky charm for the Mets. If I recall, they did win that game. What is your prediction for Sunday afternoon's game? Will we be seeing a repeat? Are you going to be on location, or are you not available to attend?
I don't think I'm available to attend. I fully expect a close game.
Sure.
A very close game. I expect Manaea to deal again, but I'm very scared after he has to leave the game,
Yeah. What about a possible game 7?
I mean, I'm a Mets fan and I'm a pessimist at heart. I would be shocked to see them win 2 in LA. But if they can somehow spin some OMG magic in game 6, then
who knows?
Anything can happen. But I fully expect the Dodgers to win in 7.
I would in 7. Ooh, I would really like them to win in 6. But
I would actually, honestly, the Dodgers probably have a better chance of winning in 6 than they do in 7. You're right.
I think game 6 I've got the Dodgers, but if it goes 7, I'm definitely taking the Mets.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that there's anybody left who can throw the baseball at that point. Because I mean, Dave better. Well, no. We'll bring back Shohei's old translator and throw him out there.
Yeah.
And I'll give you 6-5 odds he does better than some of the Dodgers relievers. So it's just Dodger fans, lick your wounds. It is what it is. It looked like there were some opportunities today. We still scored 6 runs, which is usually enough to win, especially with the way the pitching for the Dodgers has been in the playoffs. But it wasn't today. Amy says, Dave, you have the attitude of a Phillies fan.
I've just had the attitude of a pessimist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we shall see how it goes. Sunday, let's see. I probably missed the beginning of the game due to my own athlete's schedule. She's got a game like 4:30, I think. So I might miss the first couple innings on our way back to the house. But we'll jump on Sunday night if you're available.
So when are we meeting up at the bar? For game 6 or game 7?
It's going to have to be game 7, I think, right?
I mean, for the whole game, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's Monday night.
All right. If there's a game 7, we're going to have to commit to meeting up.
We can make that happen. We'll find a place that would take us.
Okay.
With good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Very, very important. All right. David Greenspan, Mets fan, you were the best. Thank you for coming on and defending your boys. The other thing I thought was key today, they had 2 grim-eye, multiple grimaces.
Like with the official outfit?
I don't know if it's remember there was the beer drinking grimace last night that was very sad. Well, today all the shots that Fox had were of double grim-eye. There was
I heard
a side-by-side
talking to McDonald's about trying to buy a second Grimace costume. So maybe he got his way.
I don't know. Yes, maybe the key was multiple Grim-Eye. I don't know if they're going to be coming to LA. But
they better.
Yeah. And it's so funny. Have you explained to your kids what Grimace is?
I don't. Well, only my oldest would care. I think he knows.
Yeah, it's a thing, but let's see. Amy says not the official outfit, but good enough. Yeah. Well, what are you doing tonight? Well, I'm getting out my homemade Grimace costume and going to City Field.
There's kids. Everybody's going to the game in those things.
I've seen a lot of little like dolls and shoulder things and all kinds of fun stuff, but that is the best. I did see, I don't know if we talked about it on this show, Fox trying to use the snake graphic for the Dodgers. because of the snake in their dugout the other night. It was like, we don't have a rally snake. That's not a thing.
That would be a Diamondback thing.
Yeah, right. We play against snakes. We don't like the snakes. Okay. Well, thanks again for the quick check-in. Go Mets. It's an off day tomorrow. Oh, how about that Guardians? Did you finally get caught up on the Guardians Yankees?
What happened in the game?
From yesterday?
No, I still haven't
Go
seen
watch the highlights of that. It's
all right.
the best baseball game of the year.
All right, I'll do it.
Until game 6 when Mookie walks it off, baby. We'll see. Fingers crossed. All right, Dave. Have a good afternoon, man.
You too, man.
All right. Peace. That is, of course, America's favorite Mets fan, David Greenspan, joining us here on the postgame show, as he oft does when the Dodgers and Mets are playing. And David, we do appreciate it. I think that's going to be just about it for the stream tonight. Does anybody else? If you have any other questions, now's the time to drop them in the chat. But for the most part, I think we've answered or shown all of the things. Amy, thanks again. Dawn, thanks. All the regulars for tuning in and kind of commiserating on a Dodger defeat today. Very sad. But keep hope alive. We'll take a day off tomorrow for Sukkot, which I think was probably on the Dodgers' mind. I don't think that Sukkot was on the Dodgers' mind. They should have, maybe, though. Who knows? And then we shall see how it goes from there. Game 6, National League Championship Series coming Sunday. We will look forward to talking to you after that. Until then, thanks again for joining us, and we shall see you next time. Bye.